Hey Drake, it's Mike. Just want to show you these screens that show the functionality in terms of revising a pre-existing note. So this is the index page, the first page we'll go to, and right on top there's a disclosure saying that this is not for inserting new notes, it's for updating notes that have already been submitted to the system for a given incident, which need to be corrected, revised, updated, that kind of thing. So there's three different functionalities coming off of this first screen. One where you can pull all the records based on the facility, or you can look at records for a given facility based on a date range, or you can look at records for a facility based on the incident status. So I want to just go through these and show you how these each work and what they look like. There's only two things that are being updated. There's several things in a given notes data attributes, but this front end is only going to correct or allow them to revise the note description, which is like the summary, and the note action taken. The reason why is because the other things are kind of like the note type, which is initial or follow-up, which the database is automatically going to set, and things like who created the note and when they created it, which isn't going to change. We don't want to change that. We just want to change the text that's within that note itself. So with that said, if you wanted any of those things to be able to be changed, that's almost like if the author or author date is going to change, and that's almost like inserting a new note, and I really think that's what that should be. So I didn't make it possible to update those things. No other timestamp on the note that they're editing. So if any of those things need to be changed, we need to discuss that. But right now there's only two attributes that are being updated, and I'm going to show you these right now. So let's select a site and just go, let's see all the records for Arapahoe. There they are. There's only two in my test data set right now. They're both open. And if I wanted to update this incident, so this is select from the incident list up here to see the notes. You'll see the notes appear for that given incident. And if I wanted to update one of these notes, then I would select from this list. And here you can see it carried over what that note says. I just need to change it to what the new text is going to say. Now, you have to hit these each individually. So if I hit that one, you'll see this one updated, this one didn't. I need to go back, and that text is there. Hit this action taken. Now they've both updated. Okay? When I hit close, it closes the incident, and now we're back where the variables have been erased, and we can go back to a fresh screen. So you see that Arapahoe is no longer showing here pre-populated. I'm going to put that in there, and instead of getting all those records, I'm just going to pick the ones between these two dates because I know there's only one record. And I hit submit. See, it only shows that one because that's between that date of 12/8 and 12/10. Again, this was the same one that I had updated earlier. If I wanted to update it again, I could pick that. It shows the record again up here. What am I going to change it to? Now, what I've done is the navigation here is actually going back to the same screens that we had seen earlier. So these are going to function because we've already tested this. There's nothing different about this. Now you can see that's functioning, and the filtration works. Hit close, it clears it out again. Lastly is to look at it by the incident status. So Arapahoe, they both are open, so that's not going to really apply, but let's just look at that. And it shows those same two records. Alright. If I want to look at the ones that are canceled, we know that there aren't any. So we see this. Nothing. Now, in Casper, if we look at that, Casper, I don't have any notes, so I can't show you the notes screens, but the notes update because, like I said, the way the pathways work is they come back onto a single pathway once they get past these filter screens. So we know that part works. But if we look at Casper itself, you can see that I have initial incidents put in here for each type: open, close, cancel, close request. Alright, the problem is there's no note, so I can't show you the note screen on it. But what I can show you is that the filter works. So now it only shows the open one. That only shows the cancel one. Only shows the close request one. Alright, so this whole thing works. The only thing that I have a question on is, right now my select only has open, cancel, close. I don't have the closed ones in there because I don't expect them to be revising closed notes, not the general user. That's more of an admin task. So in terms of note revisions, they shouldn't be needing that close button, that close selection. That's why that's not there. If you have a different thought on that, just let me know. But I think the screen is done, and I'm moving on to updating IR members, which is the members from the notes page where they have to either add a new participant in an incident or maybe take one out. So I guess I need to have a delete button in there. You and I had talked about that. I had thrown it out there once and didn't hear back on you about that, but whether we wanted to allow them to delete people involved with incidents because maybe they were entered incorrectly, or they're just wrong, or they were cleared later after investigation. I don't know how you want to handle that. I'm going to program it in to have that delete option in there for now, and we can remove that later. But I'm moving on to that, and that will be the final screen. So I already have the initial incident screen done, the initial notes screen done, which also populates the incident members. Then I have the update screen done for updating the initial incident. This updates the notes, whether they're initial or otherwise. You can update any note. And then the last piece I need to do is just to update the members that are listed in that table with the association of a given note. So with that said, actually from the initial incident report. So with that said, I'm going to get that done, and then I'm just going to start working on the training documentation for these screens so that by Monday we're ready to roll this out to some extent after you review what I've done. Tim and I plan to, on Monday, reinstall the schema because there's been a couple little changes there, and install the latest versions of all these forms and get those looked at on the web server. So that's where we're at. All right, I hope you have a great holiday, and I'll talk to you soon.